Welcome back to Faded Truth. Before you do anything, like, share, and subscribe. You know you're at the place to be for the best mix between cannabis and creatives. And today I have Mr. Glasses Malone on the show.
Thank you for having me.
How you feeling over there?
Cooling, man.
All right, so I really appreciate you coming on. I'm excited. I just met you yesterday at the Zoo Music Review. Show, which was awesome. Shout out to all them over there. Appreciate you having me. Shout out to Room Service Radio as well. Yeah. Basically, the best way I can describe you is an LA rapper who is known for the Tupac Must Die video that got 5.1 million views on YouTube. Yeah. That was in like 19, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I kind of want to start from the beginning. You grew up in Watts and Compton?
Both. Yeah. My mom lived in Compton. Pretty much she owned the house in Compton, and my dad owned the house in Watts, and they weren't together, so back and forth between both households.
Would you say you grew up in the streets?
For the most part, that's fair. That's a fair analysis. That's fair.
And do you think that that's something that's common for everyone that lives there? Like you're kind of like born into that generational pattern of...
For Watts and Compton, yeah, because you from where you from before you even decide that this is what you want to do. It's not as vague as it seems, where it's like, oh, it's just gangs, or you fight somebody and now you're from a gang. It's like, no, these are your friends. You grew up with your friends and y'all all do everything together. So even if you're starving together, you surviving together, whatever you do it together. And that bond is what allows, what people think of gangs. You commit crimes to try to get ahead. It starts like that, or to defend yourself, or to make a name for yourself, so you can become somebody. So yeah, everybody that grows up in Compton and Watts, you pretty much from where you from. Even if you don't, throw up a sign or hold a bandana, we all gonna recognize you from over there. The actor Anthony Anderson is from Hollywood. Whether or not he said, I'm a Pyru, that's not important. He's from Hollywood, and we all gonna look at him like that. Yeah.
That's what it's called?
Yep, I think it's Holly Avenue in Compton. So they call it Hollywood Pyru.
Okay.
So Anthony Anderson, right, this big successful actor, we're gonna all look at him like Hollywood. And this kid from Compton.
And do you think that gives kids hope now, like seeing those actors and 100%. People like you coming out of the mud, just kind of excelling in life?
100%. I mean, where we from, it ain't like doctors live in the same neighborhood, teachers live in the same neighborhood. So, lack of opportunity creates a lack of vision. You can't see past your circumstance. Mm-hmm. So all you see when you look for success, you only could see what's in front of you. Again, when you lack economics, when you lack opportunity, your vision is reduced. Like the average person's vision becomes reduced, so all they can see is what's in front of them. Mm-hmm. So whatever you see successful in front of you, that's what you believe you could become. So if you see Anthony Anderson and you knew he grew up around the way, you might think you could be an actor, a producer of a film or a television show. If you see Glasses Malone, Nipsey Hussle, or J-Rock, you might, I could be a rapper, or I could be an entrepreneur, which is kind of a tough thing, because you want teachers and doctors that grew up around the way. They should live around the way. That's my opinion. Okay,
so let's get into the Tupac Must Die.
Sure.
Okay, so you remade the, how Tupac died in September 13th, 96, Vegas, in the street. Someone still till this day, unsolved case, right? Sure. So you did it from perspective of Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, who many people believe killed Tupac.
Yeah.
Okay, so what made you want to even take this on?
So what happens is, right, again, I digress. So 2008, I get my first hit record. Don't know shit about records. Don't know shit about hip hop. All I know is what I'm saying is real. I'm a real dude from this lifestyle. No real background in music that I could retrace, you know what I'm saying? Very little understanding of records, minimal understanding of hip hop outside of being the product itself. Even less with marketing. Even when I was marketing at that time, I didn't know what I was doing. Records coming out 2009, 2010, 2011. I hate how it's feeling. I can't create opportunities for my friends that's coming home from prison. Like my friends that's coming home from prison, I can't create opportunities. I can give them $1,000. I can't create opportunities from them so they can change their life, because I just was saying, when you go to prison, that journey back is really tough.
Right.
So I'm in $1 billion business, yet I cannot create opportunities for my homeboys coming back from jail. That's killing me. It didn't matter that I'm making $200,000 a year. That's not enough money. You getting taxed, feel me? You got a lifestyle. This shit is not enough money. I can't pay my friends $70,000 a year. Something's wrong. 2012, I'm starting to figure out what's wrong. My DJ, shout out to DJ Head. He got me on a journey to start understanding records. I figured it out. I took a test. I passed a test, which was the song That Good with Ty Dolla $ign. That was my test to figure out if I understood records. I like to call that experience college. 2012 to 2019 was college for me. So Bachelor's of Science in Records, the Master's in the Art of Hip Hop, and the Doctorates in the Magic of Marketing. That is what I was able to bring out. And what I realized through that whole time, 2011 to 2019, was this is your responsibility. If you're going to do hip hop, if you're going to put out records, if you're going to market yourself, you have to know what you are doing. You have to know what people expect from you as a brand. What will people accept from you as a brand? I started understanding what my brand was. People looked at me as a gangster rapper, as an authority figure when it came to street content. I was able to isolate what people saw in me, not what I know myself as. I fancy myself an intellect. Everybody else look at me like a fucking thug. So art is about how you see yourself. Business is about how the customers see you. They think I'm a thug, which means that I'm ignorant and I'm vested in just street content. So it made me realize, okay, well, I'm an authority figure in street content. They know I'm a Crip. What's the greatest Crip story that's ever happened that I know of that hasn't been revealed? Hip hop is all about revealing underworld to the mainstream. Cultured conversations, barbershop conversations to the mainstream. It's about revealing culture, lifestyle, get down, lingo, morals. You know what I mean? Hip hop presents that to the world. That's what hip hop is, culture, presenting culture to the world. It's like, oh, okay, so I need to present Crippin' culture and morality to the world. But I need to tell a story that the world is familiar with, but they didn't know that this culture was involved with.
Wow.
Right? I know it's that deep, right? And NWA had did it with Fuck the Police. So I used that as a reflection piece, like, oh, fuck the police. That was the first time. People didn't know people from our community felt that way. It was like, oh, the police is cool. They save lives and get cats out the tree.
They fucking killing
in 1987,
black people on the street.
Well, in 87, that wasn't the belief. Those things were hidden from mainstream. So when it was just like some niggas came out saying fuck the police, it was like, what? Why are you guys mad at the heroes?
Right.
Fast forward 2019, I'm like, damn, so what's the story? What can I say? I was like, oh, the biggest story is they didn't realize this situation was over gangbanging. This is some gangster shit that happened.
So what you're saying is like facts. This is what happened.
Well, pretty much this is the universal idea that happened in real time.
Was this in connection with Big U?
No.
Okay, so because some people say that he was in connection with it. So
no, Unc was in prison. So that's how I made it. So I made it because it was like, this is the story I was supposed to tell.
Right, you're hearing other people saying the wrong shit. You're like, fuck it.
And then I'm watching rappers getting gangs. That they have no understanding of culture, right? So whether it's a Chris Brown, whether it's a Soulja Boy, whether it's any person that's a grown-up person that's getting involved, I just wanted to make sure they understood how the culture worked. It's like, make sure you make the right decision, because if you do this...
What do you mean? All those rappers were getting into gangs after they got famous?
Yeah. Lil Wayne, obviously Tupac to some people, right? So they're all joining gangs. They're all becoming the identity and mascot for these gangs. So that became my responsibility to tell that story.
Wow.
That's how I felt it. It wasn't really about, it wasn't simple like Tupac this. It was like, this is a story you guys all know from a mainstream perspective, yet I can give you a hip hop perspective that's very much based off of reality completely.
I saw some people were fucking pissed off in your comments.
Oh, hugely in real life.
Why are they so mad?
It makes you question somebody we all love. Maybe this person, maybe you have to come to the conclusion that this person understood what they were getting themselves into, and that person wasn't as much of a victim as you like to believe. It was just a product of lifestyle. Nobody wants to accept that a deity, right, is making a choice that isn't considering everything else and considering this one thing.
But I just feel like if you listen to his music, you should know that he was, you know what I mean? He already knew what he was in.
I agree.
He didn't give a fuck. He said, fuck you, fuck you. That's why I loved him, because I'm like, he gives zero fucks, but like that's the repercussions of
early Tupac,
certain things.
Early Tupac is different. So right, you have people who fell in love with early Tupac, right? Early Tupac, which was for black advancement, against the oppressor, you know, love women, never would disrespect any woman. You grow, and then if your ideas are rooted in art, and then your ideas become rooted in reality. Tupac initially, his ideas were rooted in art and beliefs, and then he started living life and being out here, and was like, hold up, some of these niggas is unsavory, and I'm gonna stand with my niggas. And I think that people don't like that Tupac. They like the attitude, but they don't want to believe he became that person.
Right.
That's what I think. So people cuss me out in the comments. Dr. Dre cussed me out for like an hour and a half. Corrupt cussed me out for an hour. Quick cussed me out. But I think they just didn't understand it, because when they all figured out what it was like, wow, they all understood that it was really good and it was really necessary. But it took them a while, because they was all these legends is cussing me out. Some of them got it.
How long did it take you to write this?
I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys' brains is crazy to me.
Yeah. It was
and with the visuals, like,
all true to location.
Right.
Inside the MGM. You can't shoot inside the casino.
Did you know the people you're walking up to at the slot machines?
No.
I was wondering if that was real or not.
No, we just told them what we were doing.
Okay. So we got 5.1 million views. How long did that take?
Well, what's funny is it's over all the platforms, because none of the platforms would let us run ads. They pretty much shadow banned the video. Well, they didn't pretty much. They shadow banned the video. It's like, yo, we're not going to promote this at all. If people don't come looking for it, it doesn't exist.
Okay.
So, it would have probably been 20 or 30 million, but, you know, making real hip hop, it's like Fuck the Police is not the #1 song on the chart. It just wasn't gonna be. What's up, GLA $$ East Side? Y'all already know, man. If y'all fuck with me, fuck with her. The Faded Truth. Hit that subscribe button. It's right there. Just
All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.
Good life. Nowadays you need a gang pass. If you ain't legit, then you can't pass. Them young boys playing gang tag. Hopscotch for the right number, and you might come up if you play with math. These little niggas, are you sure?